Hello and welcome to our Into the New Year Yoga Challenge 2.0. As somebody said recently to me, this is like season 2 of our yoga challenge together. And I'm just so excited to do this all over again with you all. With some, I actually connected last year through yoga retreats, through in-person classes, through classes live on Zoom. So it's been an incredible year for me to get to know you better. And I hope that we're also getting some new members into the family, new yogis joining in, and perhaps this is actually your first time trying yoga. So good news is that throughout these 10 days, you'll try different types of flows, a bit of meditation, a bit of breathing. And remember, it is not a training, so we won't necessarily be going through very difficult sequence or difficult postures. It's all about us coming together, rolling our mat for 10 days straight and just doing the work together. So I really encourage you to leave comments. Let me know how you're feeling after every single class. Post photos or videos on our Facebook page or tag me on Instagram. This is all about just creating the buzz and getting excited, collectively getting excited about doing things together. Because remember, there's a lot of people doing this, so it's an incredible feeling. If we had all of us in the studio, imagine the energy. So with the first day, let's, I suppose, go ahead and start. And today is all about finding our center. So coming back to our bodies, recognizing, noticing where we are now in our lives as we step into the new year, as the energy is going to be feeling, different. So it's all about just listening and coming back to our center. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position, sit on a block or a cushion, whatever that works for you. Cross your legs. Drop your shoulders down, and I want us to straight away notice our tall spine. Notice as you ground through the sit bones. Notice the vertebrae. Notice your neck. And if there is this old pattern for you to draw your shoulders towards the ears, just allow yourself to exhale, let it go, break through that pattern, and just soften. I invite you now to take your deepest breath yet in this new year. And sigh it out, let it go through the mouth. A few more. We have arrived. And allow this mat to become your safe place. My mat has been my safe place for years now. So I hope I can inspire you to keep on doing the same, to keep on coming back and showing up. And showing up is the most difficult thing to do. So I suppose we can already thank ourselves for doing the work, for sitting here, for feeling the body, for feeling the breath. And I want us to also create an intention for the first day this year, for the first day of our challenge. Maybe your intention is to simply show up, as I've mentioned before. Maybe to feel. Maybe to go through all of these days with ease, without any expectations or self-judgment. So try and feel your intention with whole heart. Allow it to set somewhere around the heart center. Great. And when you're ready, let's reach the arms up towards the sky as we breathe in. Interlace the fingers, point your index fingers up and stretch the body a bit more. And it really doesn't matter at what time during your day you're going through this practice. Most important thing is that you are here. So let's lengthen a little bit more as we breathe in and lean over to the left as we breathe out. Try to stay connected through the sit bones and the floor. So just pressing towards the ground firmly. Inhale, we come back up. Exhale, we gently lean over to the right. It doesn't have to be a far, deep movement. Keep reaching with your arms. Keep them nice and straight. We take an inhale. Exhale. Reach yourself all the way up. Now let's relax the hands behind you. Just ground through the fingertips. Try to bring your chest, your sternum up. Draw your shoulder blades in, a gentle opening across the front part of the body. Stay with the breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Now bring your arms in front, interlock the hands here, and I'll push the space in front of you away as we want to create space around the shoulders and the shoulder blades. You can tuck your chin towards the chest. Keep pushing the space away. Last inhalation. And exhale. Slowly we rise, breathe in, and release the arms by your sides. Exhale. I'd like us now to bring our feet forward. And we're going to slowly roll onto our backs, doing this with awareness, with control. So begin to round across your upper body, slowly making your way there. Great. Reach the arms above the head. Inhale. As you exhale, we want to crunch again and come all the way into seated. Take the arms to the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out, and we slowly roll it down. Inhale. Arms above the head. Exhale, we begin to roll up. Inhale, arms up. And one more time, a slow descent to the mat. Great. This time, we drop the head and the shoulders. Arms are going to go up. We extend through the legs. And let's begin to walk the legs over to the left. And our arms do the same. We walk those arms over to the left too. Feel free to grab hold of your wrist, and you can also hook the right ankle on top of your left foot. Finding this Bananasana, as we call it. And here, as you breathe, I want us to notice as we begin to create space across the right side of our body. So the waist, the rib cage, the armpit. Just a few breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Slowly from here, we walk the legs, the arms back through the center, back through the midline, and then we walk over to the right. And here, allow your sit bones to stay grounded. Nothing begins to lift. We're just lengthening. We're creating space. We're allowing the body to grow here and the breath to become deeper, more nourishing. Take that inhalation And breathe out. Slowly we walk the legs back in. Arms come back in. We bend the knees. We bring the knees in and we find a nice, soft, happy baby. So I invite you to grab onto your ankles from the inside or even the shins. And here, stay connected through the sacrum and the floor. So try to stay grounded through the sacrum. Your hips are not lifting off the ground. And here we actively want to send the knees down and towards the mat. Keep your feet flexed and active. Introducing a gentle stretch through the groin, through the inner thighs. Stay connected with your breath. Taking one more inhalation. Breathe out. Well done. Slowly we bring the feet in. We guide the feet onto the floor. And again, we're going to crunch up. So lift the head and the shoulders. And we begin to roll our spine up into seated. Ooh. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Take a breath. Release the hands behind you and give yourself a little push. As you come into Malasana, and from your Malasana, we send our hips up. Go ahead and just paddle through your legs here. Notice how you're feeling. Great. Very lovely. Settling down into a still position. Your knees can stay soft here if your hamstrings, the backs of your legs are feeling tight. And from here, we're going to take the arms up through the sides all the way towards the sky. We breathe in and we fold forward again. Uttanasana. Exhale. Lengthen halfway into your flat back. And exhale to fold. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Inhale. And again we fold. Uttanasana. Halfway and lengthen. Breathing in. And we fold. Exhale. One more time. We reach up to the sky. And exhale. Release your arms behind you. Interlock the fingers here. Draw your shoulder blades in. Inhale. And soften the belly towards the thighs and allow your arms to melt down. Drop the head. If it feels okay, you can of course stretch through your legs. Allow your head to hang heavy here. Try and keep the contact between the belly and the thighs. Deep inhalation. And exhale. Now bring your hands towards the mat. Brush the fingertips to the mat. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Arms reach up to the sky. Take a breath. And release your arms by your sides. Exhale. We find our tall mountain pose. Keep those eyes closed. Find your center. And before we begin to move a bit more with our flow, with our sequence today, I want us to let loose. I want us to let go. So begin to, with your eyes closed, to slowly shake the body. So shake your hands, shake your arms. Maybe just bounce through your knees at the beginning. And maybe the movement intensifies and you can begin to shake your feet, shake your legs. And make sure, of course, that you have space in your room so you don't start kind of smashing around the furniture. But just shake it off, let it go. First day, feeling good. Reach your arms to the sky. Good. Last few seconds. Going crazy now. Woo. And let's settle. Come into total stillness, and now with your eyes closed, just begin to observe sensations. Your body is alive. You are feeling alive. And feel as that energy begins to rise from the bottom of your feet, through the legs. Feel the tingles, feel the vibrations. Take a breath. Exhale. Let's shift the weight into our left foot and reach the right knee towards the chest. You can, of course, open your eyes here. From here, rotate through your hip, bring your knee to the side, and guide your foot either into your left inner shin or the thigh. We find our tree pose. So today is all about the center, right? So find it for yourself. And again, it's okay if you're slightly off center, if you're still feeling restless on this first day. Just recognize that. Don't run away from that feeling. Try and stay with it. These kinds of emotions and feelings can only be transformed when we are fully into it, when we are dedicating the time to actually sit down or stand up and notice them. Great. Let's take one more breath. Breathe out. We bring the right knee back towards the chest. I'll spin myself around. And from here, we send the leg back, bring the toes to the floor, bring your knee to the mat as well. From here, just sinking into your low lunge. So drop your hips a bit more forward. The back toes can stay untucked. Try and open up through the chest here. Feeling a stretch across the right hip flexor. Very good. One more breath. And exhale. We release the hands all the way right side of your left foot. Tuck the back toes here, lift the knee, and move along the long edge of your mat into your wide-legged forward fold. So right hand is going to press into the mat or your block. Take your left arm up towards the sky. Breathe in. And try and twist and rotate a bit more. So make sure your hips don't shift too much over to the left. If that happens, you can always just guide your hips back into the center. Very good. Stay with the breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's release the hand down. We change the sides. Right arm up. Again, make sure you don't shift off your center. Shift your hips over to the left, even if that means that you rotate less. Great. A few more breaths. Activate through the legs. Activate through your arm. Breathe in and release the hand down. Exhale. From here, scoop your arms through the sides, reach up, inhale, and release everything down. Exhale. Take the arms back up, inhale, and release. Exhale. And one more, big opening, inhale. And release, exhale. Well done. Here, lengthen through the spine. Breathe in. And we move to the front of our mat and we take a big step to the top and we fold. Halfway to lengthen, breathe in. And we forward fold, exhale. Reach the arms up and over, inhale. Release your arms behind you. One more time, we interlock the hands here. Draw them back, open up through the chest. Now, if you want to lift your heels off the ground, see how that feels? Balancing, finding your midline, and keep lifting the sternum up to the ceiling. Breathe in. And release the heels down. Exhale. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Great. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Left knee comes up. Inhale. Open through the hip and guide your foot into your right inner thigh or the inner shin. Tree pose. Hands to the heart. And here a little tip for you to find better balance is to push the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. This should feel a bit better. And this way you activate the glutes, activate your inner thighs. Great. We take one more breath. Exhale. Slowly bring your knee towards the chest. Take a breath. Send your leg back, soften the right knee, foot to the ground, knee to the ground. Exhale. Well done. Here again, try and shift your hips forward with control. Don't go too far. Remember, we're doing everything with ease. And as you stay here, just pay attention to the way you breathe. Great. Lifting the heart even higher. And one more breath. Exhale. Well done. Look down, release the hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and again we move through the long edge of our mat into this wide-legged forward fold. Position your feet parallel to the front and the back, halfway and lengthen, and we fold down. Exhale. This time just stay in the position in this wide-legged forward fold. Try and shift your weight into the toes rather than into the heels. This, what tends to happen, we lean back a bit more just for that safety. But try and find your center. See where the midline actually is. Great. Last inhalation. Breathing out. From here, actually, let's walk the arms forward. So almost we find this downward dog with our legs spread out really, really wide. And now we try and find length across the spine. So in this variation, you do actually want to sink your hips back so you can stretch and create length across your spine. A few more breaths. Great. Deep inhalation and breathing out. Lovely. From here, move your hands back. We face now the front of the mat. Take a big step forward with your back foot. Lengthen halfway. Inhale and soften down. Exhale. This time we bend the knees, brush the fingers just across the mat, lift up into your chair pose. And exhale, release your arms by your sides into your tall mountain. Take a breath. We breathe out. Reach the arms to the sky, interlock the fingers, point your index fingers up. Try to connect through the core. Try not to arch through the lower back. Keep reaching your hands up. Inhale. And now we lean over to the right. Push your hips over to the left. So we're almost going into that same Bananasana pose, but standing up. A few more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Take it off, breathe in, and move over to the left. Exhale. Again, your hips want to go over to the right as you lean to the left. One more breath. Exhale. Good. Reach yourself up, stretch the body. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale, lengthen halfway, breathe in. And we step back and find our downward facing dog. Exhale. Settle into your down dog. Softness across your face. A lot of the times we actually store so much tension and tightness around all those little muscles, around the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead. So try and relax, try and soften there. Great, the last few breaths. So we can actually notice where we are in our bodies. Breathe in deeply and let go. Bring the knees all the way onto the mat. From here, we shift our hips to one side, come into seated. Bringing your feet onto the mat. And again, this time we're going to slowly lower down. So arms forward. We've done this before, so we know what to expect. Begin to round. Maybe this time it'll actually feel easier. Very good. And we're down. Great. Now for this one, you can do this pose, Viparita Karani, supported shoulder stand, using a block, a cushion, or a book. Just so we've raised the hips here. And we'll lift the legs up. That's basically it. And you can do this without any of these props. Just simply extend your legs to the sky. And I want us to bring one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the chest. Close your eyes. Connect with your body a bit more. Notice where you are today. Notice where your mind goes. And remember, every single time we step on the mat, the practice is going to be different. It's going to feel different. But the most important thing in the practice is that we, through breath and movement, we move through those emotional and physical obstacles. We'll let go of things to create space for new, beautiful things. So just a few more breaths here in our supported shoulder stand. Take that breath in and let go. Let's soften the knees. Release the feet to the ground. Remove the block if you are using any. Let's stretch the legs to the opposite corners of your mat. And of course, the sweetest thing in our practice, for me anyway, is Shavasana, because it just allows another few beautiful sacred moments to connect, to actually integrate the practice into the body. So I invite you to again take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Shavasana. Slowly begin to breathe deeper. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe stretching your arms above the head. And then we draw the knees in. Give yourself a hug. And then slowly we're going to roll onto one side. And from there, with our eyes closed, we rise into a seated position. Now, as you sit here, come back to your center and notice and recognize how you are feeling now. Try not to label your practice. Allow whatever that comes. Welcome anything that comes. So I invite you to bring your hands into Anjali Mudra next to your heart space. We've done a day one together. Thank you so much for joining this journey. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. Send me photos, tag me so I see you, how you're getting on. And of course, the journey continues. So I hope I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Namaste.